5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You are listening to The Bad Boy Radio Show with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. This is that real shit, not that fake shit. The only radio show that's not afraid to tell you the truth about the game. This is The Bad Boy Radio Show. Remember, the truth is inside you.
Yo, what up, people? What's going on?
Yeah.
It's the Bad Boy Show. Mr. Locario, Miles Cunningham. We're back. We're back in business. You feel me? So today's show, man, we're gonna be talking about the myth of gender equality. Okay, it's bullshit. Okay, the whole thing where we're all equal and we're all the same, and men could do what women could do, and women could do what men could do. So we're gonna get into that, and Miles has a lot of stuff to say about that because he was very, very upset the other day when we were talking on the phone, and I was like, we're gonna have to talk about this on the show, so people can know what the deal is. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness, it's crazy out here, people. It's really crazy out here. But before we get into all that, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna get into some news, and then we're gonna get into the topic, and we're gonna make it happen. All right, so we'll be back in a second.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.
Yeah. We are back. We're making it go down. Real quick before we get into anything, because I've been lurking on the internet, and I've been seeing these message boards where people were talking about me, and they were like, "Yo, have you heard of that Mr. Locario Bad Boy membership commercial? That nigga sound mad corny." So I'm like, really? So Miles, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna do the nigga version of the Bad Boy radio show, Bad Boy membership thing. This is for my niggas out there, because obviously when I'm speaking, and enunciating my words, it's not niggerish enough. So here we go. Yo, my nigga, get that Bad Boy membership, my nigga, so you could get these bitches, you feel me? And then you gonna be fucking bitches every day, you heard? That's what I'm saying, nigga, real talk, nigga, real talk, nigga. Get the Bad Boy membership at badboymembership.com and get these bitches, you feel me? All right, so that's the new one. So for all you guys who want the new one, because obviously my niggerisms wasn't tight enough, man.
Your hood shit is not believable. It's
Exactly.
not connecting with the ratchet
It's not
part of our
connected with the real
demographic.
niggas, you feel me? So
With the real niggas, yeah, exactly.
come on,
Exactly.
I'm trying to put on my customer service voice on the commercials,
Right.
guys. This is what I'm trying to get everybody's money. Not just black folks. I'm trying to get everybody's money. You feel what I'm saying?
Everybody, yeah, hell yeah. You trying to get niggas that don't understand Ebonics and nigga speak
Exactly.
to sign up.
Exactly.
You
Because
understand?
everybody needs the Bad Boy, membership. You feel what I'm saying?
No, you know what it is? You know what your mistake is? You gotta get a white person to
Right.
do the sales pitch.
Exactly.
And then black people will follow. Black people will follow because they love to listen to a white person speak proper and shit, right?
Exactly.
But if a black person decides to properly pronounce the words in the English language, it's an issue. So you probably gonna have to hire you know that nigga that be on all the movies, like, in a world
Right.
that, it was a stormy day, and you know what I'm saying? You got to get that nigga to do the next sales pitch.
Right. Now, my problem is I've been dating too many of these white girls. That's what it is. That's what it's going on. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. Okay. All right. So now, moving on to some news. Yes. Okay, we got to talk about this this whole Donald Trump thing, because everybody's talking about this guy because he's a marketing fucking genius. Okay, so
It's true.
so there's a lot of people at Donald Trump rallies protesting and fighting and getting their ass kicked. Mostly black folks are getting their ass kicked at Donald Trump's rallies. Let's keep it real. You understand what I'm saying? It's white supremacist central, and black folks are not allowed. And Donald Trump is using all the code words like "get them out of here," and things were better back in the day when those people weren't in here.
Right.
Back in the days, those people would have been dragged out in the street or whatever. All this bullshit he's saying. You feel what I mean?
Right.
But in the other day, wasn't there this? It was some old white dude who elbowed some black dude in the face.
Right.
He was at the rally. He
Yep.
sucker punched the dude, and then the funny part was the cops jumped on the black dude. I mean, wow! Like, how do you like the racism is just so like. It's just so perfect right now. Like the racism is like, like we didn't even have to build a time machine to go back into to Jim Crow. Like this shit is happening. It's happening again, yo. Like we're actually living in this shit, son. There's gonna be people back like in the year like 2060. You understand? They're gonna be like, oh my God, you black people had to go through that shit. Like it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I'm telling you, it's insane right now.
You know what's interesting to me? When it's a rally for a black guy, there's pretty much there's pretty much a peaceful situation.
Right.
But when a white dude is at the podium, for some reason niggas gotta fight. Like
right.
And then they want to say that black people are the ones that promote violence. But I mean, the Million Man March, there was no incidents. Whenever we were at the inauguration, for Barack Obama, no incident, right? And there were about 1 million people out there, literally. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous. And then this guy, Trump, he's up there, and they actually cornered him the other day. Some guy was interviewing him or was saying, you promote violence in your speech, and he's like, no, I don't. But then they replayed him saying that he would have punched this guy in the face, and I would punch this guy in the face, and we need to drag those people out and punch him in the face, like. And then you wonder why these things are happening, and then they always associate violence and negativity with black people,
right?
But because even at the incident you're talking about, the black guys were kind of like they started to like chant something like in protest of the whole Trump thing. And that's one thing, they're causing civil disobedience, but they weren't being violent. You understand?
Right, exactly.
So the ushers came or the security guards came to walk them out. Right. Now they were still kind of like, they had their company fists in the air chanting whatever they were chanting, but they weren't necessarily being disrespectful to the people. They were being, they were kind of being, I guess you could say disrespectful, but in truth, they were following their freedom of speech and protesting the rally itself and Donald Trump. So they were being escorted out, and the white dude punches the black guy. You understand?
Right.
Now, my thing is, like, I haven't found a situation where, I mean, unless Ku Klux Klan rally is a different story, but at these rallies, I haven't found a situation where black people just take it upon themselves to go start, attacking, bringing physical harm to white people.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But the white dude is always getting ready to fuck us up, and then they never get any there's no repercussions for them.
Right. Well, they said the dude supposedly got arrested or whatever, but they just did that.
No, but on the video, they didn't. The fucking cops didn't even look at this dude.
Exactly. That's the point. You see what I'm saying? Like they threw the black guy down like he did something. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like,
exactly.
Are you serious? You know what I mean? But it's funny though because to me, Trump is just really doing his job. You understand? Like he's Trump has found his audience. You feel me? He's like, it's these dumbass racist motherfuckers. That's my audience. So I'm gonna pander to them. I'm going to, say what I'm gonna say so that they could get all riled up. And the thing is that by them getting riled up, it gives Trump more attention. You feel what I'm saying? So
right.
it's like a big marketing thing for him, because trust me, he's looking at these motherfuckers like they're idiots too. He's looking at all the people fighting like they're idiots. He's looking at all the people who are believing him and all the racists that are backing him. They're like, these motherfuckers are dummies. Because he even said that in one of his speeches. He said, he says something like, I love people who aren't educated or some shit like that.
Yeah, he said, I love the poorly educated, quote
right.
unquote.
Exactly.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? So,
he said, that's who I love, the poorly educated.
So he
wow.
knows what the fuck he's doing. He ain't stupid. You understand what I'm saying? He knows what's going on. But it's interesting because you see how everybody has this pent up, these white supremacists have their pent up racism. You understand? Like, they finally got an outlet to let the racism out. They're just like, yes, right. I finally get to punch a nigga in the face. They're just like, they were
you know what it is? But, they was already salty since Barack Obama been in office. Now he's leaving. So now it's like they're letting their fucking racist balls hang out. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Like they're letting their fucking, you know how them fucking redneck niggas love to wear mullets and shit?
Right.
They're letting their hair down. Like they're letting all that shit hang the fuck out. Like they feel empowered now to fucking show the hate that they had for the last 8 years. All that shit is coming out now.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's what it is. Oh man. Terrible, man. But it ain't nothing though, because it's like he's not gonna win. Hillary's gonna be the president and the world's gonna come to an end. So just enjoy yourselves now, because it's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get stupider. And talking about stupid, next story is your boy Russell Wilson. Is that his name, right? The guy who's engaged to Ciara.
Seahawks quarterback.
Yes.
Russell Wilson.
He proposed to Ciara. And, they're engaged now, and, he's making her wifey. And this guy, I mean, goddamn, like this guy, he's on a whole nother extra level of simping. Like he took it to the next fucking level, because I heard that he's only like 26. You understand? Like he's a young dude.
Right.
You understand? So you're a young dude. You play for the NFL. You got all this money. Why in the fuck are you getting married? And married to Ciara, of all the people in the world, Ciara got kids, man. Everybody knows as soon as you got kids, like, your stock goes down. You understand? That's like buying a used car. You feel what I'm saying? Like, what's the point? You feel what I mean?
Right.
Like, what the fuck is the point? But, I got it. Hats off to Ciara, though, because she's playing the game right. It's so funny. Don't it seem like a lot of these women have more game than some of these dudes out here? You understand what I'm saying? Like, you got Ciara doing what she doing. You got fucking Amber Rose doing what she doing. Like, these chicks are coming the fuck up. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
well, I'll give these chicks props, especially Ciara, because she kept it tight.
Right. That's true.
Because looking at her, you can't even tell she had a fucking kid. You understand?
That is true.
I mean, Amber Rose, she's a little bit on the thick side, and so you could give or take a couple of pounds, whatever.
Right.
Ciara is still tight, like, you understand? Mm-hmm. So I give her props for that. But yes, Russell Wilson, to be a 26-year-old millionaire athlete, like, nigga, you are fucking up your life, bro. Like, straight up, like, you fucking up. So, like, no, because look. It's enough strikes against Ciara. Like, Ciara been around the block a couple of times with these rap niggas. You understand?
Right.
And I never condone. Like, basically what Russell Wilson is doing is he's on his super Captain Save-A-Ho shit.
Right.
You understand? Exactly. He's super Captain Save-A-Ho, white knighting, and simping hard. Mm-hmm. And the truth is, he doesn't even have to. But the thing with Russell Wilson is, he's a devout, God-fearing Christian type of nigga, so that's gonna happen with him.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But my thing is, though, like, just take it easy. You understand?
Right.
Like, give it a couple of years. Like, take it easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And then another thing that pisses me off is, like, I keep hearing, maybe it's rumors, but I keep hearing that Future is upset that Russell Wilson is spending time with his kids.
Right.
And I'm thinking to myself, well, nigga, like, you should have did what you were supposed to do. Like, come on, son. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas, because honestly, you can get mad at Russell Wilson for simping, but like, I think if Future has anything to say about a positive man being in his child's life, that's like some type of reverse simping shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Cause he,
it's like, don't be complaining about that type of shit, nigga.
Right.
Just be a man and work with the nigga for the benefit of your child. Like, don't call, like, that's him acting like a fucking baby mom, but he's a dude. You feel me?
Exactly. No, because on some real
that's
shit.
him acting like an angry baby mom, and but you're a guy. Like, stop that bullshit.
Right.
Shake hands with the nigga. Be like, yo, I respect what you're doing. Be a positive influence in my son's life, and whatever you need, you know, if I could help, you know, we could go out on family outings together, whatever you want to do, just as long as my child benefits from the situation, period. You understand? Like, don't be getting all tight because Ciara is moving on or whatever. Like, I hate when niggas be on that angry baby mom shit. Like, don't get it twisted. Niggas act like bitches a lot these days. So, you know, you gotta watch yourself.
Right. And the thing is, you know, like you're saying, like, if anything, he should be happy that Ciara is with a dude like him. You understand what I'm saying? Who's not going to be on some bullshit around his son. You feel me? So, on, you know, on that level, you know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't be, but again, it's ego, because now, you know, he's looking at it like, oh, this other guy, and maybe he's going to treat her this way, and then I'm going to feel a certain way about it. And you know, my son's going to say, so it's all that ego type of shit. You feel what I mean?
You know what it is too? You know what it is? Future's thinking too. He's like, yo, that nigga's an athlete. He works out every day. So when he fucks Ciara, he's gonna be fucking the shit out of her good too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, that's what he's thinking too. He's like, God damn, he's gonna be putting this bitch, like, he's gonna be bending her over like she one of them dummies that they hit on the football field or some shit. It's gonna be crazy.
Yo, Ciara won, son, because she got money coming from Future and Russell Wilson, son. Like, oh my goodness, she is a fucking winner. Jesus, man.
Yo, and if Russell Wilson is truly on his simping shit and on his super God-fearing shit, I know he didn't get a prenup.
Right, he probably...
He's like, I love you, and Rick, this is going to last forever.
Right.
And in the eyes of God and blah, 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 watch.
And yo, you know they was doing, supposedly, weren't they doing that whole celibacy shit? You understand
exactly.
what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. He's super simping,
and let me tell you, man, like, he's gonna probably, because look, Ciara, she's good, because she's like, okay, you know, she done been around the block, she did her thing or whatever. So the fact that she supposedly was not fucking around all this time and was being celibate and all that other stuff, she knows how to wait. She knows how to keep her shit chill, and she's like, I'm gonna chill, wait for this simp to give me that ring, and then we gonna get it popping. You feel what I mean? But for a dude like him, I'm like, dude, you're a man, son. You are designed to smash multiple women. So I really think that he's gonna end up fucking up. You understand what I'm saying? He's gonna, and she knows this, and she knows this. She knows this. She'll probably set that nigga up too. She knows this. You understand what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised she set his ass up. Like, yo, go and fuck with this dude. Don't let him know I know you, and let's see what's gonna go down. You feel what I mean? Cause I'm like, dude, you young, you 26, you got millions of dollars. Come on, son. Like, you.
Nah, but let me tell you, no, but for real though, Russell Wilson might be one of them niggas there. He might be one of them. He might be one of them, you know, because I know, like, maybe one or two niggas that them niggas is solid, son. Like, if they say that they committed to a chick or whatever, like, they hold it down. You understand? So, he might be one of them dudes.
He might be the rare one. He might be.
Yeah, he might be one of them dudes. Because I ain't never seen him in no club situation or nothing. Like, he's always doing, if he is out, he's in a full, you know, tuxedo doing some type of charity event or some shit. Like, he's been 100 since I know him, since he's been in the public eye. So, he might be one of those guys. So, if him and Ciara can hold it down, I wish them the best. But still, you got to be careful with all that super duper simping. You see what I'm saying? But if Ciara could be, see, and another thing with Ciara too, based on the way I heard her complain about, Future and all that shit.
Right.
I don't trust women a lick, but just based on the type of, the way she was upset with Future and all of this and all of that, she seemed like one of them chicks who was looking, is like, she's looking for that type of guy to be faithful and all that shit,
right.
Especially since she had a kid now, you understand?
Right.
So, I'm really hoping that she could keep it together. I'm not even worried about Russell Wilson.
Right,
because usually, if a man is a man and, if he's believing in God and he's been consistent with that type of shit, I believe 100% more times that a man like him could keep it together more than a woman could. You understand?
Exactly.
Because
So
women be the ones that be changing and say, oh, I'm bored now. This is boring. I want something new and different. I want to be excited and stimulated.
Exactly.
So, to me, the real question is, can Ciara keep it together? You understand?
That's true. That's true.
Because she was the one hanging out in the club. But there's a picture right now going through Facebook where she's sitting on Future's lap at some club smoking
right, I saw that shit. Right,
shit.
Exactly.
You understand? So remember, she's the one that used to be doing all that ratchet shit.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Russell Wilson been in church since he was in fucking junior high school, and he's 26 now, and he's still on that God fearing shit.
Right. So he might be one of them dudes. He might be.
He might be he's the solid nigga. And if he can keep it solid and manage Ciara, if he can really be a man, I know he's simping, but I hope to God, behind closed doors, he's the one that's running that situation.
Right.
Like literally on some super cool shit, but she knows he's not fucking around. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Ciara, I'm gonna need you to do this, this, and this, and she says, yes, husband, I will do this, and this, and that's it.
Right.
If he's doing that, then he'll be fine.
Right.
But
right.
If he's all this simping shit, if he's on that extra super nice shit, she's gonna fuck shit up.
Exactly. Nah, real talk. If he's on that yes there shit, it's a wrap for this nigga.
Yeah, as soon as he makes a mistake and she says, oh, you're gonna sleep on the couch, and he actually goes downstairs and sleeps on the fucking couch, that fucking marriage is over.
It's done. It's a wrap.
Because a bitch, and I'm saying this on purpose, a bitch like Ciara, she needs structure.
Mm-hmm. Basically,
she needs structure. You can tell by the pictures, she does what she follows suit to what the niggas doing. So when Future was in the club chilling and shit, she was on his dick chilling. Right? But if you were a man that is setting ground rules and look, we go to church every Sunday and you are my wife, and according to the Bible, you're supposed to support me and this and that and that and this, and this is the way it's gonna be till we die, just do it part and all that shit. If he could hold it down, then she will follow suit. She seems to be that type of chick.
Right.
So he's in a decent situation, but he has to be the man in the situation. You understand?
Right. That's real talk, man. Jesus. Well, who knows? We'll see. But this is a good example to watch. This is something interesting to see.
Right.
Right.
It's a very good case study for dudes to pay attention to see what's really going on.
Exactly. You feel what I mean? And so, what else is going on? Oh, so you wanted to talk about that that new Captain America trailer, right? Everybody's talking about that shit. They're like, on some real shit, like fuck Captain America. You understand what I'm saying? I hate that nigga, son. Like, I hate the character of Captain America. Like, I hate him, son. You know in the preview where Iron Man, where Tony Stark is like, I want to punch you in your perfect teeth. Like, I feel him. Like, fuck this nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Now the reason why I'm saying it, because this is like the third Captain America movie, right? Because the last one was the second one. Like the last one, if you watch it again, there's so much racial undertones, in that shit, and it's like, the whole thing of the Captain of America, and is this white dude, and it's just like, you already got Superman, okay? The nigga's supposed to be an alien, but this nigga is a white boy. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't got nothing against, this guy being a white boy or whatever, but what I'm saying is like, you're Captain America, and then when you come into this situation, everybody else got to follow you. Like, what the fuck was that? Like, I don't get that. Like, I don't like that shit. Like, I'm watching the Avengers movie, I think it was. Wasn't it like the Avengers, the second one or something? And it was just like, as soon as Captain America comes, everybody's, listening to this nigga. I'm like, who is this nigga? Who is he? Like, why is he the one that's the captain of America? You understand what I'm saying? Like,
well, no, according to the comic book, Captain America has the greatest knowledge of, like, war strategy. So he's the one to kind of tell, because he understands everybody's powers and shit. So he tells everybody, what position to take during the battle. So that's why, you know what I'm saying? But I feel you with the racial undertones, especially in Captain America: Winter Soldier, when they were trying their best to fucking kill Nick Fury, right? That was one thing. Like, that whole scene was relentless.
Oh, like, with the cops they was shooting at him in the truck or whatever.
Yeah, they was coming at this nigga with everything. And then the other part was when they were showing you how, he's because Falcon is a black guy who's supposed to be like his sidekick or some shit, and like he always be kind of
like stunting on
him, low key dissing him and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it just seems weird. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I'm gonna see this new movie, and I'm gonna be there just with a frown on my face, taking notes. Be like, it's fucking racist shit like this. Like, I don't know, this shit gets me so like annoyed. I'm like, come on, son, like stop with the bullshit. Like, god damn. Like, because it's one thing, like, okay, be all super and captainy if you want, my nigga, but like, stop trying to juxtapose it to black people. Like, it's so like, come on, son. Like, you got everybody should be listening to what the fuck Nick Fury's saying. You feel what I'm saying? Like, ain't he supposed to be the older, like, head that's like, look, I'm putting all this shit together. And as soon as he get into a room with Captain America, he's like, oh, yes, boss, I'm listening to you now. Like, fuck that shit, man. Fuck that, man. And I'm in the new trailer, notice how he fucking, what's his boy? I don't know what his boy's name is. The guy he's trying to save or whatever. And then
Bucky.
Yeah,
Bucky, the Winter Soldier.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Tony Starks is looking at this nigga like, my dude, I thought you was my boy. Now you gonna kick my ass with this nigga? You see what I mean? That's that American shit. That's that bullshit. You see what I'm saying? Like niggas don't give a fuck about you. They would turn on you in a minute. You understand? And that's what Captain America represents. The fucking hypocrisy and nonsense and racism of America. You feel what I'm saying? It's fucking ridiculous. I'm just saying. Fuck Captain America. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck Captain America.
Yo, they're gonna cut our show off heavy. Jesus Christ.
Yo, I know. So I guess we know what team you going for in the movie. You going for you going for the team that got Iron Man and Black Panther on it. Because Black Panther's on the other side. You know what I'm saying? You fucking with the black side.
I'm like, man.
Nah, I feel you though, man. Fuck that shit, man. Fucking Captain America. America only goes where the money is. Right. And they kill all the brown people that's controlling the money. You feel me?
Right. Like, that shit, man, I swear that shit be ticking me off, man. I'm just like, oh, like this nigga, like, those people you meet for the first time and you shake their hand and you could tell y'all ain't gonna get along? Like, that's who Captain America is. Like, you just like, this nigga, like, he's that nigga at the job that you just can't stand, you understand? Like, he's that dude. You feel me? Like, it's fucking terrible. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so before we go on break, I'm gonna do like a question from one of the subscribers. You feel me? All right. So I'm gonna read this real quick. So it says, dear Mr. Lucario, your assertion that a dime is easier to talk to, I find it hard to believe because from what I see, a lot of these women are difficult to approach because these type of women put their defense mechanisms up towards average guys or guys they consider unattractive. And the only type of guy they go for are the hot, good looking dudes that are built and lean. Now, understand you have to have confidence, but when dealing with beautiful women, in my experience, I really see them go for the guys that are fat and out of shape or skinny or scrawny. So I would like to hear your take on this. All right. So basically, he's asking, like, how the hell are you going to get dimes? And, because I remember I made a video I was saying that, dimes are easy to get and they're not hard because everybody thinks getting dimes is hard and all that other stuff. But what you got to understand is when you're dealing with women generally, right, women don't know what the hell they want. Do you understand? Right. And a lot of times women don't know what they want until you tell them what they want, right? So you telling them what they want is you approaching them confidently and talking to them and having that interaction, because while they're having that interaction with you, that's when they realize they want you. You understand? And the reason why you're saying, oh, I don't see the average looking guys. I don't see these, fat guys getting dimes and shit. And there are fat guys who get dimes. But the thing is, the reason why you're not seeing that a lot is because a lot of guys who look like that don't approach dimes. You understand? So they think that, oh, this girl's already out of my league. She's not going to like me. So they're not going to go and approach her. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of times, in general, the chicks who are like the average type of girls, those chicks get more guys approaching them more of the time. You understand what I'm saying? So you have dimes where a lot of times guys will check them out, they'll look at them or whatever, but a lot of guys won't approach because a lot of guys already think that they're not going to get them. So if you go and approach and you are confident and you talk to her and you see what's going on, a lot of times those chicks who are dimes, they're going to, be a little bit more, they'll interact with you a little bit more because they actually like to have these conversations. They actually like when guys approach them because there are certain guys who just won't. You feel what I'm saying? And that also causes insecurity in those dimes, because just because a chick is a dime or you think she's a dime, that doesn't mean she thinks she's a dime. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So you approaching her could get her feeling good that you actually approached her. But also for certain guys, even if you're not the best looking dude or, you're kind of heavy set or whatever, as long as you keep your appearance right, like meaning you brush your teeth, you shave your hair, you get a shape of whatever on your beard or whatever like that, you wear some nice clothes where you're looking presentable, a chick who's a dime, she's going to be receptive to that anyway, because a lot of times chicks, they equate their worth or self-worth depending on the types of guys that approach them. So you can't approach a woman looking all sloppy and stink, you understand, and expect her to be receptive. That goes for most chicks, you understand? But since a chick is a dime, and if she actually understands that she's a dime, because certain chicks are dimes and they don't even realize it, but then you have girls who are dimes that know they're dimes and know that they could get a lot of dudes, right? So they're going to be expecting a certain type of guy to approach them, meaning you have to present yourself as the best type of dude, meaning your appearance should be tight, you should have confidence, all that other shit. You feel what I'm saying? So if you have that and you're approaching them, then they will be receptive to you. You understand? And on top of that, the reason why I'm saying that it's easier to talk to dimes and shit in most cases is because a lot of times when you talk to a girl and you're really into her and you're really attracted to her, and you're comfortable talking, you naturally have more of a passion in that interaction to talk to her. You understand? You're more passionate about actually interacting with her, and that passion makes your game more tight because you're actually having a good time and you're in the moment actually wanting to get with her. And that's if you are not scared to talk to her. You understand what I'm saying? If you're scared, then your nervousness is going to come out. It's going to be awkward, right? But a lot of times when you talk to average girls, a lot of times the average girls also, they don't feel like, sometimes they don't feel like that they're worth talking to you. So what that means is that you might even intimidate certain average girls. So they don't believe what you're saying anyway. And on top of that, you're not really into the average chick. So you're not coming across really like into it, the whole situation. You understand? Because a lot of average chicks get a lot of dudes that holler, but sometimes what happens is those dudes kind of fall off the face of the earth. Sometimes the guy fucks them once and never calls them again and all this other stuff. You understand? So they're sort of like skeptical with the average chicks are kind of skeptical in that manner sometimes. You understand? So that's why, like, if you see a dime and you want to talk to her, all you got to do is be confident enough to talk to her. Make sure that your appearance is on point. Make sure you're confident, and things should go smoothly. You understand? Because a chick who's a dime and a chick who's not a dime, they're still chicks at the end of the day. You feel what I'm saying? And who is and isn't a dime still is dependent on your own basically your own fucking perception. So you could see a chick and think she's a dime, and there's 10 other guys who might not see her as a dime, and vice versa. There could be a chick that one guy sees as a dime, and me and you and Miles might be like, she's okay. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So what makes her really a dime? But then you got girls who are, if you look at them objectively, some people would say, even all across, most people will say they're a dime physically, and some people will be like, yeah, she's cute, but she's not my type or whatever. But even those girls, you understand, if they know that they're a dime and they know they're cute and they're confident or whatever, all they're really looking for is a dude to be confident in the situation with them, because you got to understand, women are all about the feeling. So they just want to keep feeling like they're special. So if you go up to a chick and you are confident and you're talking to her and you're having that interaction, she's going to feel that interaction because you're a guy who's confident coming to her, having this experience, versus a guy who's like looking at her. He's kind of scared to go and talk to her. He's kind of scared to go say something. When he finally does say something, he's looking on the ground. He's at a loss for words. He's all, so that then it becomes awkward. And now she's like, oh, this guy is so lame. Now I got to, reject him. Now I got to find a way to get out of this situation. You understand what I'm saying? So you as a guy, you being confident and you knowing how to actually talk to the girl, you can get those dimes. But again, it starts from you. It starts from you actually making it happen. Because in your email, you were saying like, you were saying that in your experience, you really see these dimes go for the guys that are fat and out of shape. And the thing is, dimes or chicks in general don't go for anything. They don't go for men. Men go for the women. You understand? Like, women aren't running up on these dudes every 5 seconds unless they're famous or they know that they're a billionaire or something. You understand? Other than that, guys are still approaching. So it's up to the guy who's approaching to actually go up to her to make that interaction happen. So you would see more fat guys and average looking guys getting more dimes if more fat guys and average looking guys were going up to dimes. You feel what I'm saying? That's really
Right.
all it is. That's really all. Cause I see this shit every day where I'll be in a train or I'll be, hanging out somewhere, walking around, and I see guys who are, sort of average looking. I've seen some nerdy dudes with chicks. You'd be like, how the fuck did this guy get her? You understand? Like, I've seen dudes with chicks who look way better than chicks that I'm fucking with. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm just like, God damn. You feel what I mean? So I'm like, if this dude could get chicks like that, then, you guys out there ain't got no excuse. You understand? Like,
Right.
You just got to put yourself out there, because remember, a chick in her nature, she's a follower. You understand what I'm saying? So if you know how to be able to interact with a woman to get her into that state in order to follow you, in order to understand your game, in order to be captivated by what you're doing, then you can get her. You understand what I'm saying? That's really, it's really that simple, because you got to understand, women, you think about it like this. Why do women complain about not getting men, right? Why do women complain about, oh, I'm single, there's not enough good men out there? The reason why they're doing that is because a good majority of guys don't know how to approach women and talk to women. A good majority of guys don't know how to keep women engaged. A good majority of guys are not confident. So imagine you're that one confident guy that she's probably met all week or even all month, right? And you're confident, you're talking to her, your appearance is on point. She's going to remember you out of all the other guys that have been checking her out or who have approached her. You understand? So that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to be the guy that stands out, and then you can get those dimes. Because for the chicks out there, there's even though there's an abundance of men approaching her, there's not an abundance of men that she's feeling. So you could be the one she's feeling by stepping up your shit. You feel what I'm saying? So, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to get you guys to really, understand that. But listen,
Right.
we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to be talking about gender equality. You feel me? Is it a real thing? We're going to go in, okay? All right, so we'll be back in a second. You're listening to The Bad Boy Show. Do you want to learn the easiest way to have more sex with more women? Then get the critically acclaimed book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. In this book, you'll learn everything you need to know about attracting and sleeping with beautiful women. That's How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. Get your copy today at MrLocario.com. That's MrLocario.com. MrLocario.com. Are you an actor who needs headshots? Do you have an event or a wedding coming up and you need a photographer? If you do, make sure you go to PavionPhoto.com. Pavion is a professional photographer who will supply you with high-quality video and photography services for any event. Contact him at PavionPhoto.com. That's PAVION photo.com. PavionPhoto.com. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we are back. We are back on the Bad Boy Show. And today's topic, we're going to be talking about the bullshit myth of gender equality, okay? Because it's all bullshit, you know. And first off, let's first say this, because, you know, we got to get this out the way, because, you know, when you talk about gender equality, you have a lot of women, they'll say, oh, you know, women should be equal and have equal rights and all that. We're not talking about people having equal human rights. Like we're all human. We're not saying that, you know, one gender should be in cages and other people should be walking around. We're not talking about that, right? We're saying, you know, as a human race, right, we should, you know, have equal rights, like, you know, to food, shelter, to be able to, you know, provide work, whatever it is that you're trying to do. You understand? Like, but the thing is, when people talk about gender equality, it gets into this sort of weird area of talking about, well, a man and a woman should basically be the same. You understand? Or be able to do the same exact things. And, you know, there's no difference in the way that we think and act. So it doesn't matter what gender you are. And just because you're this gender, you shouldn't be confined to doing this and that, whatever. So, you know, it's a lot of bullshit that goes along with trying to make the genders equal. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of it, too, it has to do with women trying to say that they need to be equal to men. You understand? Which is bullshit, because women and men are different, and different means you're not equal, okay? Women and men are different for a reason. You understand? There's a reason why we are different. We are different because we need to be different in order for it to be balanced. That's just like life. You understand? You need the yin and the yang. You understand? You need that to happen. So if you're trying to make everybody the same, it's not going to work. And when you look at nature, there's a whole bunch of things that are different for, you know, certain reasons. Like there's a reason why certain things are different. There's a reason why, you know, why you have, even if you look at a fucking something like, you know, as simple as plugging in your phone. You understand? There's the part where you put the thing into the wall, and then the thing in the wall has holes in it to put it in there. Do you understand? Like, so that it can work. You understand? So that they can charge your phone or whatever. So those two things need to work in harmony in order to charge your goddamn phone. Now, if they're like, oh well, why does the wall have to have open holes? Why can't it be the same as the you know, the plug? Why can't how are you going to get the shit to work? You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the same thing with this whole trying to be equal shit. You understand what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna tell you too, like to piggyback off of that reference, that comparison. If you think about it, you know, say a plug in the wall, right?
Right.
If both things were flat, meaning, you know, both things were the same, and you tried to stick it into the wall, when you put it on the wall and let it go, it would just fall. Right?
Exactly.
So there would be no connection, and no phones are getting charged, or no appliances are working. You know, like nothing's happening because there's no exchange. Right. You understand? Now, if you look at what's happening today, the more people try to push this agenda of gender equality, is the more we have problems in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
There's no connection.
Right.
Like men and women are not getting along. Like the divorce rate is increasing, and like in a lot of different countries, because of this shit, people are not having less children. Right. Like there are less family units all around. Like the human family doesn't even exist half the time anymore.
Right.
Real you talk. Understand? Like it's actually a very deep concept when you think about it.
Right. Now it's real talk. And the thing is, you know, when it comes to this whole like gender equality shit, it's like, you know, you have so many women who've been tricked into thinking that being a woman means that you're oppressed in society. They're saying, well, right. You know, you have men doing these things. Why can't we do it? Why can't we? And the thing is, you can't, because you're different, and since you are different, you're going to be in a different position. It's the same way right. Where if we're at a restaurant, right, and let's say all of us are doctors, we work at the same hospital or some shit, and we go out to dinner to celebrate whatever, and we're all doctors and chilling, and then you have the chefs in the restaurant cooking our food, and then somebody chokes. right? And they're like, oh my God, is there a doctor in the house? And that's like the chef coming out of the fucking kitchen and saying, oh, let me do it. And I'm like, well, we're all doctors here. Why don't we just do it? And then they're like, no, I want to be able to be a doctor too. I'm like, but you're a chef. You're supposed to be cooking us and everybody in this restaurant some food. So you need to do your job. Let me do my job. Let me do what I'm here for, and you do what you're here for so that we can work in harmony, right? But the thing is, this is what a lot of women say, is that they're like the chef coming out the kitchen trying to be a doctor. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so that's the part that's ridiculous. And the thing is that they look at being the doctor as better than being the chef. And that's the problem. Right. You see what I'm saying? So when
exactly. So they need to stay their ass in the kitchen any damn way.
Right, exactly. For real talk. Real talk, man. God damn it.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's like you know, there's like penis envy. You understand? Mm-hmm. Like, you know, if you think back to high school, it's like if the fucking the scrawny nerd kid who's you know, he knows like physics and math and science and he knows all of that shit, right? And he's there to, you know, like he does tutoring. You know, he's so smart. He does tutoring and shit, right?
Right.
All of the jocks who struggle in their subjects, they come to him for tutoring. Now the jocks, they're good at football, right? Mm-hmm. And it just so happens that because they're good at football, everybody comes to the game and cheers on the football players, because that's just what happens at football. It's a sporting event, and it's an attraction for people. It's a pastime. Right. So they get more attention than the kid who, you know, the nerdy kid who understands math and science, right? But guess what? He's tutoring the football players, mm-hmm. and he's allowing those same football players to stay on the football team, mm-hmm. to allow them to play football to attract all that attention to the school. You understand?
Right, exactly.
So in this whole situation, the most important person is actually the kid who understands the math and science and who's tutoring the football, the jock.
Right,
you understand?
Right, exactly.
Now, how would it look for the nerd, for the you know, the nerdy kid with the math and science to say, fuck this, and never open up another math book and then try to go in the gym and try to work out to become a football player? Right. How would that look?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
You understand? Like think about it. That's what happened to the whole situation of the whole high school if the fucking nerdy kid said, fuck that, I don't get no attention for doing this important job of being good at math and tutoring and helping out the team and blah blah blah.
Right.
So but I'm gonna throw all of this knowledge and all of this hard work, I'm gonna throw that shit to the wayside just because I don't get a lot of attention. Mm-hmm. The only thing he probably ever gets is, you know, he gets A's on his report card, and his mom and dad are proud of him, and maybe his teacher gives him a pat on the back. But there's no cheering crowd saying, "Great job, nerdy guy," right?
Right.
So because of that, because of his insecurity and his ego, he throws all of that important hard work and information away to try to go take his scrawny ass into the gym to try to work out to get on the football team. Mm-hmm. And guess what happens? Genetically, he is not built to be able to increase his muscle mass. Right. He will never be tall enough, and he doesn't have, just because of, you know, his parents and his genetics, he doesn't have the hand-eye coordination to catch a fucking football.
Right.
So what is the best course of action for that dude? The best course of action is for him to stay in the science and math classroom, be the best science and math student that he can be, and continue helping the football team. You understand?
Right.
And that's what allows the high school to be a working system. Mm-hmm. But now that nerdy kid is basically the female, you understand, of this society. For whatever reason, they say to themselves, wow, look at men. They're out there working, inventing, you know, creating vehicles and roads and bridges and engineering and all of this shit. And everybody is applauding men. But we're women and we're at home and we cook and we clean, and nobody gives us any awards, right?
Right.
But but if you really stop and think about it, the same men that are going out into the world and creating the bridges and inventing the different cars and machines, those men were raised by women in the home.
Right.
So all of the attention and applause and awards that these men are getting, it actually belongs to you, the nurturing mother. But because somewhere along the way you've been misguided to think that your job as a nurturing mother doesn't matter, now you want to say, fuck this. Like, I'm not cooking, I'm not doing shit. And now everybody is out here in the world trying to do shit, and everybody's running around confused.
Right.
You understand? The system, just like the high school, is not working anymore. That's why the divorce rate is so high, and that's why there's men and women are not really getting along. And that's where the problem is. And that's why, it just shows the insecurity of women, because they're not actually doing what they were put here to do on a biological fucking level.
Real talk.
It's a serious fucking thing. You were put here for a reason. You have a vagina. I have a penis. You were obviously put here for two different fucking things. There's no way that we can be equal. No fucking way.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And that's, what's funny is because, when you think about it, it's like even when we talk about the restaurant analogy of like the chef and the doctor, is that, both are built for different things, or both have a different function. So it's like, instead of saying, oh, you know what, I do this and you do that, so let's work together to make this shit like work. You understand?
Right.
The ego happens, the ego comes through, and first they trick them and saying, oh, well, there's something wrong with you because, you're not good enough because, you need to be like these guys out here because they do this and they do that, and you're not doing this and you're not doing that. And the funny thing is, they don't realize that everything is necessary in order for that to happen. So it's kind of like if you're on a basketball team, right? You have the guy who is the center, who is usually like the tallest guy in the damn team. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And the reason why he's the center is because he's tall. So since he's tall, he's going to play that position. You feel what I'm saying? So it's that simple. It's like, so if you have somebody who has already this in place or this ability to do this thing, then of course you're going to make them do it. It's the same way where if you see people moving into a house or something, you notice it's always the men who's bringing the couch into the fucking, house or whatever. Ain't nobody expecting a woman, because they're like, look, you guys are stronger. You're physically stronger, so of course you should do it. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
No one's gonna argue and say, "Oh, we need gender equality." You know what, ladies? You should take all this shit up. Like, nobody's saying that. You feel what I'm saying? And notice whenever it benefits women, they are silent. You understand? They are silent like a motherfucker, because when they bring up gender equality, you'd be like, okay, cool. So how about you come and approach men? How about you some of the times ask guys out on a date and pay for the date? How about you do that? They're going to be silent. They don't want to do that shit. You feel what I'm saying? They don't want to do that shit. But as soon as you say, hey, listen, it's better for a man to be in the leadership position because, usually a man will do what he needs to do logistically, no matter how he's feeling. They're like, oh no, but that's not right. And women can lead and this and this and that and this and this and that. Right. And nobody's saying that women can't lead, because in a certain context, a woman should lead. Like, so if a woman is a doctor in the situation in a restaurant and then a guy is the chef, of course the woman should lead that situation if somebody's sick. You feel what I'm saying? Because you're a doctor. Right. So in that situation, we're still not equal. So, but see, when we talk about, being, not being equal, it's always thought of as, well, oh, you just want to keep women down and you don't want women to be uplifted. And I'm just like, what? Like, that's the crazy part. That, it just doesn't make sense. You feel what I'm saying?
Yo, it's so many women out there that, like, they've done studies on this shit. It's proven that women are on more and more unhappy these days. Like, women who chase these careers and get all these degrees and whatnot. Like, everybody's different, you understand? But I'm sure that there are a good majority, or not majority, but there are a good percentage of women out there that are chasing quote unquote like professional careers,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not good at it.
Right. Right.
A lot of them should be home taking care of some kids. Like, it's like real shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of them need to be put in a place of structure where a man goes out, gets the money, brings it home, and gives you money for groceries so you can take care of some kids. Like, yo, the other day, and I give her so much props for this shit. Ronda Rousey,
Mm-hmm.
she after she lost the fight,
Oh yeah.
she said, I realized that, if I can't be the best at this sport, then the only other thing for me to do is to be home taking care of my man's kids.
Right. Right.
Because
Exactly.
it's either that or this. And she understood that she's a female, and it's like, well, I've won a bunch of fights. I've been a champion for a while, and now my throne has been taken away, and that part of my life is over. So I need to get back to this, like this woman shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's fucked up. People are gonna listen to this and hear me say woman shit and think that it's something lower than quote unquote man shit.
Right.
You understand?
Right. Exactly.
But it's just different. Like there's an idea that I've been trying to develop in my own mind, and it's called gender. Instead of saying gender equality, I think people should consider gender equity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Meaning gender value, meaning what is your value in the situation? Just like how you were saying, in the situation, you have the chef, you have the doctor, but if somebody's hungry, the value of the chef makes more sense, so you go get the chef.
Right.
But if somebody's sick, the value of the doctor makes more sense, so then you're gonna go get the doctor.
Right.
So if you look at gender equity, meaning gender value, because when they say equity, they mean like home equity or the equity in your house. That just means how much value does your house have? You understand what I'm saying? So gender equity means what is your value? Okay. So within the biology of the whole thing, the value of the man is to bring the sperm. The value of the woman is to have the egg, and for that egg to be developed in her body for 9 months, and so on and so forth. Right. If you look at your equity, you don't always have to try to prove yourself to be just as strong as a man or equal to a man, and men don't have to be equal to, because there's a lot of fucking men out there too, truth be told, that they believe in this equality shit so much. They're trying to fucking be like women, like or some dumb shit. Like I can't even fathom that shit. But what I'm trying to say is, be like what you are is very important, and you can't embellish your value, and you can't diminish your value.
Mm-hmm.
You have to look at it for what it actually is, and then apply your value to the situation as what makes sense. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Real talk.
You have to look at your value. So your value as a woman is important to the society, because we need to produce, people with compassion and people who have been cared for. And a mother's care can't be replaced by a father's care. Right. You understand? It just can't be replaced. Just like how, I don't care, it might make some people mad, but having two, like the lesbian couples and shit,
mm-hmm.
that doesn't replace the balance of having a male and female in the household to raise a child. I'm sorry.
Right.
It doesn't replace that.
It's true.
And that's the real problem of the whole thing. They think that all this shit is interchangeable. It's not.
Right, exactly.
It's not, Virgin. You understand?
Exactly.
It's not interchangeable.
Right.
The two things gotta be different to work together. Every battery has a negative and a positive. Mm-hmm. You understand? Every wire has a female and a male part. So
right,
you
exactly.
You have to stick one into the other to make the fucking connection.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Everything.
And then they try to make it like it's the same shit. And that's the thing. Like, and we was talking about this the other day too, where it's like, you notice how they're they're so strong on gender equality, but
Right.
they never talk about racial equality. Like racial equality is nothing. Like fuck racial equality. Let's do gender equality. And the funny part is that they try to make it seem like races are different and gender is the same. Like, oh no, we're all the same. Gender doesn't matter because we're all the same. But race, we're totally different. There can't be race equality because we're all different. No, it's the opposite. The opposite is gender is different and race is actually the same. But see, they don't want to do racial equality because then that would actually get rid of white supremacy. That would actually get rid of all the racism that's keeping shit, imbalanced. Because you got to understand something. With this society, it's all about shit being fucked up in chaos. You understand what I'm saying? They don't want shit to run smoothly. So even having gender equality is chaos. Do you understand what I'm saying? Or talking about gender equality is chaos because the thing is, like you're saying, there needs to be a male and a female part. It has to be the difference, and the difference has to have that balance. You understand what I'm saying within it? So the thing is that there needs to be that difference with the genders. But see, when we talk about race, you understand the only thing that's sort of different about race is really just the skin color. You understand what I'm saying? There's actually been studies that show that, there is no difference between a black man or a white guy or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Except for the skin texture. You understand? Or the skin tone. You understand? So there is no difference. So if we're going to talk about let's be equal, how about we be equal on race? But they don't want to do that shit. You feel what I'm saying? They would never, I don't even think in our lifetimes there will ever be the whole, oh, let's have racial equality. Because first, that actually makes sense. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
That actually makes fucking sense. And when shit makes sense, it brings progress. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this is why you have to be careful about going along with certain agendas, because you got to say to yourself, well, what really makes sense about gender equality? You understand what really how does that perpetuate progress? Because I remember I had a dude on Facebook talking about, he had some shit he was saying that, he said women, it's natural for women to be combative and uncooperative because they're naturally rebellious. And I said that's false, because a woman being rebellious does nothing for the society naturally to progress. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Anything that goes against natural progression isn't fucking normal. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not normal. So gender equality is not normal. You have to understand the differences between genders and honor that in order for things to go down. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's like somebody saying, well, you know what? I have this plug and I have this socket, and I'm not going to plug this thing into the socket until they're both the same thing. I want to make sure these are both the same thing before I start doing what I'm trying to do. And then somebody says, okay, look, I'm going to make both of these the same. And then now that they're the same, the shit don't work. And you're wondering why the shit don't work. The shit don't work because you wanted it to be equal. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's so many examples you can use. You can use how, like when they say a jury is deadlocked.
Right.
The jury is deadlocked because they have 10 people voting guilty and 10 people voting not guilty.
Right.
So no decision can be made because there's two equal. You understand?
Right.
It's two equal things. They need one other person to sway the vote either one way or the other, so a decision can be made.
Right.
That's progress.
You need
That's
the
progress.
difference.
But when everything is totally equal and the same, you can't. There's no progress, budget. None.
Right. It's like the same thing. Like if you go on a fucking seesaw, right? How the fuck does the seesaw work? One person has to go up, the other person goes down, the other person goes up. Oh, but let's just be equal. Let's just have it standing in that straight line where none of us is going anywhere. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Jesus fucking Christ. Like what is wrong with these people? You see what I'm saying? Like, and then when you make sense of it, it's like people want to shut you up. They're like, oh no, but this and no, but that. But I'm like, yo, you gotta understand that, as a woman and as a man, you think differently, you act differently. It's something in you that's going to make you act and think differently just based over that. And the thing is, we're all individuals, so we're gonna have our own little things or whatever, little quirks and all of that. But at the end of the day, you are still a man, she's still a woman, and you're going to act and feel certain things because of that shit. You ever notice how even people who are transgendered, you know what they say? You know what the main thing they say? They say, well, I was born a man, but I feel like a girl, right? So how do you feel like a girl if we're all equal? Shouldn't you just feel like a person? But you feel like a girl or you feel like a guy. Why do you feel like that? Because we're different, goddammit. You feel what I'm saying? That's why. So that's what happens. But people never want to, talk about, oh, we're all the same and we can do all the same things. And and the thing is that, the way that we act and the way that we process shit is just totally different. Because even I get into this argument about leadership and, I'm like, I look at it as that, generally men make better leaders than women, not because men are smarter, not because men are better. No, the reason why is because the way that men think and process certain things, even when a man generally isn't feeling like doing something, he does what needs to be done. Do you understand what I'm saying? At the end of the day, for a woman, it's generally, it's not going to get done if she don't feel like it. If she's feeling upset about it or whatever, it's just not going to get done. If she feels like she wants to act out or whatever, that's what she's going to do. You understand? It doesn't matter what she said last week about it. She's just going to do what it's going to do. The same way where, and I always use this example because when we talk about leadership, women are like, oh, but women could lead and all that. I'm like, yeah, there are exceptions. But in general, you notice how if a woman is very upset, she will smack the shit out of a guy twice her size. You understand what I'm saying? She will smack the shit out of this big ass nigga who can destroy her, right? Now, think about this. If you are in the fucking jungle and a lion steps on your backpack and eats all your food and you're pissed off, are you going to punch this lion in the face? No, because he's a fucking lion. He can rip you to shreds, right? So it's the same thing. Why would a woman punch a dude in the face or slap him because she's angry about whatever it is? You feel what I'm saying? Logically, you would say, that's not cool. You understand? Like, don't do that because you can hurt yourself. You can get hurt by doing that type of shit, right? So, and women always come to me and say, well, when I use this example, they say, well, guys sometimes pick fights with other guys because they're emotional. I'm like, yeah, that's true. But at the same time, he's a guy fighting another guy. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there's a better chance that he could kick his ass versus you, where you kicking that guy's ass is slim to none. Do you feel what I'm saying? Right. So it's just little things like that. And I'm not saying that a woman is stupid for doing it. I think it's a stupid move, but I'm not saying that she is technically stupid for doing that. I'm saying that's her nature to go off of her emotions no matter what, which is why if she's smart and she says, you know what? I realize I'm sort of emotional at these moments. I might need to team up with a man and let him handle these situations when these situations occur. You understand?
Exactly.
And that guy, knowing that he is in a position to handle that better, he might say, okay, I noticed that the woman that I'm with is real emotional. Let me get her out of this situation, which is him leading, so that situation doesn't occur. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right. So it's like that type of shit. Because if you notice, if a woman, a strong woman leader, instead of slapping that guy, what she would do, she would get her boyfriend to slap that guy in the situation, right? And if that guy is a good leader, he would say, you know what, honey, I know you're upset, but I'm not going to slap that guy. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how it goes. It's just like when you ever notice when you see these weak ass villains on these comic book shows and they have their henchmen and they like kill him, attack him, and all the guys go and run, and then you see the fucking villain run away because he knows he's not strong enough to do that, but he's a leader. So he says to the henchmen, you go and fuck this guy up. You understand? Right. So that's what a strong woman leader would do. And that's the thing where if you actually have a strong woman leader, she would do that. But at the same time, it's still showing the balance in the genders. You understand what I'm saying? Because she understands that, hey, I'm not strong enough to fight this big ass man because I'm a girl. I'm a woman. Do you understand what I'm saying? And there's a difference between me and him. And this is why I need to move differently and make something happen. You understand? Right. See, you got these delusional people out here like, oh, we're all the same and we're all the same. And that gives women the audacity to think that it's a good idea to just do that type of shit. You feel what I'm saying? So by thinking we're all equal can really fuck you up in the end in certain cases. You feel what I'm saying? So
it'll fuck everything up, man.
Right.
Because real quick, if you look at the divorce rate, if you check the numbers, the reason why I think it's like 70% of all divorces are initiated by females. Right. Let me tell you exactly why. Men began to listen to this bullshit,
right?
And marriages reach a point where the men are they're not asserting their value, and then the women get tired of it.
Right.
The fact that you're not asserting your value as a man causes a lack of progress. And when a woman doesn't see progress anymore, she wants to leave the situation.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Because if you and her are not progressing, then she wants to find a man that is going to give her progress, is going to stimulate her, is going to bring it to that next level. Because that's the thing with women too. They talk all this shit, but they know they want a man to assert himself and dominate them, and that dominance will balance with their emotional nurturing nature, and that in itself will create progress in the relationship, and that's what causes a long-term marriage to happen. But with these men, acquiescing to the bullshit and believing in this equality nonsense, it causes these women to really look at these men and be like, yo, you're not a man. Right. My female nature wants me to be married to a man, and you're not a man, so let's get a divorce. And that's what's happening right now.
Real talk. Real fucking talk. Jesus. Man. It's real talk, man. Listen, on that note, we're pretty much out of time, people. But
we've been out of time, nigga.
We had to go in on this, man, because it's getting crazy out there, man. It's getting crazy out there. And for you, for everybody out there, he's got to understand the truth, man. And the truth is, we're different. You understand? And we're different for a reason. We were made this way for a reason. You understand what I'm saying? So
men and women are different.
Right.
Yep.
You got to embrace that shit. You feel me? So, guys, I want to thank you guys for listening again. Make sure you go to ilooksexynaked.com to hear all of the Bad Boy Show episodes. You go to ilooksexynaked.com, hit the tab on the sidebar or on the menu, and you can listen to all of the episodes. And we will be back next week. We're out of here. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. We're gone. Later.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.